Hey y'all, welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl MzMetchi. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in on our YouTube and Facebook pages. Shout out to our radio partners, Fluent Media Network, Philly Jams 95.3, and Indie 101.5. Tonight's show is powered by Live Long Health, Paris Ice Bar, Copajn Vodka, Fiya Infusions, and Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Be sure to tap in with us every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Oh, honey, and don't forget, the MzMetchi Show comes on every Monday at 11 a.m. It's showtime. Let's get it.
What it do? Your favorite cousin Young Jock checking in. And right now you're tuned into the Blueprint Live with my favorite MzMetchi, all right? Hey, man, you know what it is. Keep doing what you're doing and keep it right here. Chill.
Yo, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I know what you should be doing. I'm the pride of the Eastside DJ MH Tutter, and you need to tune into the Blueprint Live with MzMetchi.
Yo, what's happening in? What's happening in? Oh, it's your boy $2 Fabo, Bankhead Fabo. Oh, hey man, check this out. I want y'all to tune in right now to the Blueprint Live with MzMetchi, and I want you to tune in every Thursday at 6:30 Central Time. Ah! Oh, Fabo!
Hey y'all. We got the swag community. I see y'all. Y'all make sure y'all sharing up and send some stars to the world. Okay. Let's go. I just want to vibe real quick. I have a really great show. Shout out to James Artisan, okay? Like if you all caught the Blueprint Live a couple weeks ago, James Artisan was our guest, and that was his new single, Higher and Higher. Okay, so we are feeling that. And if you are feeling that record, you make sure that you put it on your playlist too. Okay, that was James Artisan, Higher and Higher is available everywhere. I am so happy to have y'all back. First off, look, can y'all believe this? I'm just gonna put it on the screen real quick. I'm literally 2 days away. 2 days away from the LinkedIn Lit Brunch. We are getting all the way into it tonight. So look, I'm doing things a little bit out of sequence, but go with me here. I feel like tonight is only appropriate to talk about the topic because, I was talking with my best friend this week and she said, I know you don't know what the topic is. Y'all know that's the last thing that I always find out with the show. I love to just let the topics come to me, that and the quote of the nights. But, I really want to talk about just my origin story with that. I mean, why not? Like, it's 2 days away. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. But I'm even more excited because tonight, look, I have someone that is so near and dear to me. Y'all know everybody, I meet so many different people, but my guest tonight is not only, first off, let me just go ahead because but I need y'all to know that before I logged on tonight, I was like, okay, because I got to make sure that I get my sister's title right. I have Alexandria Ward joining me. She is in my virtual backstage right now. She is the Woman Illinois United States of 2025. She is the Miss. Do you hear me? Okay. She is right now. She is chilling out in our virtual backstage. So I cannot wait to bring her on so that you all can meet someone that she is my sister. And when I tell you, I met her. We met going to our networking event for the league, but there's some people that you run into in this lifetime, and it's just like this. We gonna stay linked together. So to see and be able to celebrate with her and have her come on the show and talk about her journey, I am so excited to welcome her as my special guest tonight. So I want you all to stick around. Okay, so we're gonna get into it. We're gonna learn about the journey. Okay, look, you've been to a pageant before. Okay, you get to get the real experience, baby. Look. I can't even contain it tonight. I'm so excited for my guest. So let's go ahead. I want to shout out really quick any of my listeners that are tuning in on our Facebook and YouTube tonight. Everyone that I mentioned, including my special guest, will be hyperlinked. I ask that you all do me a favor. Y'all know I ask it every week. After tonight's broadcast, when you see everybody's name and it's highlighted in blue, just click on a page. If you haven't liked the page, go ahead and drop that like. If you are on YouTube, subscribe to their channel. Y'all know we support around here. I'm gonna give you the instructions every week, but I need you all to do that, especially with my special guests, because we want to make sure that we support them, not just tonight, but after. Okay, after they come on the show. So please make sure that you all do that. If you're interested in advertisement, clock in. Make sure that you all reach out to me. You can visit the bpmediaco.com or MzMetchi.com for more information. It's on both sites, so you can't miss it. Now, of course, thank you so much to my amazing radio partners that make it where the Blueprint Live is on your stations. Shout out to Fluent Media Network, Philly Jams 95.3, and Indie 101.5. Now, y'all know, just in case if you end up missing, some of the show tonight or anything with my interviews or the segments, you all can always catch the replay with our radio partners on Sunday, 3:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. Get in tune. And of course, y'all know I like to chop it and screw it for y'all so that I can make sure it is available anywhere that you listen to your favorite shows and podcasts. So last but not least on the list for today, make sure that you all are following the Blueprint Media Company and MzMetchi on all platforms. Y'all know I'm going to follow you back. If you follow me, I'm following you. That's how we do things over here. And of course, where would we be without our amazing sponsors? Shout out to Live Long Health, Copajn Vodka, Pretty Curvy Savage, Paris Ice Bar, and Fiya Infusion. Again, all of my sponsors, everybody that I mentioned tonight, you all can follow them too. Now, let me go ahead and get this set up because look, honey, I told you all about my special guest, but we have to lay out the red carpet. Let's get it prepared because tonight, I told y'all it was going to be exciting. Okay, I have Alexandria joining me. So I'm going to go ahead and bring her in. Sis, are you ready? Can I get a thumbs up? Oh, we are ready to go. Hold on. I got that going.
We ready.
How
how are you, love?
I am absolutely amazing. How are you?
I am doing good. We're doing good.
Girl, so first off, look, I was just so enthralled when you got on with your crown tonight because we have to talk about it. First off, it's been a while since we caught up. You got to tell me, look, walk me on your journey to the crown, sis. What's going on?
So I'm gonna take you like back when I first started. So I was in my 20s. Now,
okay,
you know me, I'm a woman of faith, and I began like sitting with the Lord, studying His Word, and just asking for His guidance. And He had said to me, I heard like a clear, gentle whisper, "Miss," and I'm like, I don't know what that means. It was MISS. And I'm thinking, oh, well, maybe He wants me to do a pageant. Kid you not. So I entered this Chicago pageant back in 2010. Didn't place, but I won Miss Entrepreneur. Now, at that time, I was like, I didn't want to win that. I wanted to place. I don't understand what we're doing, Lord, but it's okay.
Right.
It was crazy. So then a couple of years later, I was like, well, let me try the Miss USA system. Now, Miss America, very classy, very elegant. Illinois USA system is more like, model-esque. Not really my thing. I'm more like Miss America next door. So then did that. That was a cool experience. But then I took a break. So, 12 years later, here we are now. And many people are familiar with her. Her name is Chesty Chris. She committed suicide a couple of years ago. But I mean, a vibrant, beautiful. She was like one of the top 3 or 4 queens at the time where it was like all Black queens are winning. She was among that time. Just a beautiful woman, really great platform, was in politics, just amazing. And I'm like, man, I'm even though she's, no longer here, like what a life, what a legacy. And it gave me the courage to just try again. So I said, okay, Lord, this year, I said, okay, I'll try one more time. The United States National Pageant System, their focus really is on pushing in women who want to be change makers. So what I love about the pageant systems is where most society tells us that in order for us to make a difference and be a change maker, you have to go through political channels. That's not always the case. Pageant systems creates a pathway for us to do that without having to go through those political channels and being able to make a difference in our community and as a state title holder, which is pretty great. So I met with one of the directors, and she learned about my background and said I was the perfect fit, and they pointed me the title. I said, okay, absolutely. So with this title, I've been sober for 12 years. That too was a God-led journey, but I've been sober for 12 years. And I find that what I'm seeing is, we have a new demographic where the millennials and the Gen Zs are really leading the sober wellness movement, but there still aren't a lot of spaces that are, supporting people who maybe want to have social fun and want to maybe raise money and do a fundraiser without alcohol being involved. And that was some of the,
Yeah.
yeah, and that was some of the things that began to frustrate me because during that time, a lot of my advocacy, I was serving with a lot of philanthropic organizations. And backstory to that, I was doing acting. Now, us, May, April babies, King Tauruses, we love to be,
Yes.
front forefront limelight.
Hello. I'm here.
So we know it. And I wanted to be an actress, but God told me no, philanthropy, entrepreneurship, I have you over here. And at that
Yeah.
time, I was serving with so many different philanthropic organizations, and I love fundraising. I mean, sister, I love fundraising. I love giving back. It's really my heart. That's at the core of everything I do. But a lot of the fundraising gigs were like, hey, let's go do cocktails and raise money. And I began to feel, even though I felt empowered in my choice, it's kind of like I don't have a community where it's like, hey, I don't drink, but I do want to raise money. I do want to connect. I do want to make connections. So then my dream and my goal that I've been working on is, doing a mocktail lounge. So when I think, right, it's been cool.
I love that. I love that.
I've been working on it for 2 years.
You would just, unless you are, either you're the person or you're with someone that has, kind of battled that and different things. You want different spaces where you can go and enjoy some of those things without alcohol being involved. It's needed.
Yeah. And I said, it's no disrespect to anyone who still drinks. Totally fine with that. I just want to kind of amplify my platform to kind of make a space for those who are like looking to lower their alcohol intake. Because a lot of people are just making that change, not because of addiction or rehab. It's because they just want to improve their health and their wellness and have meaningful connections without it. So I said, this platform is so unique. It's never been pioneered before. Typically in the pageant system, the choices are volunteering and mental health. And I'm coming on here as a pioneer trying to do something completely different. And it's scary, but God got me. But I'm trying to do something completely different because I really want to make this a national, if not a global impact. I want to speak at schools and talk about underage drinking. I want to implement mocktail lounges around the world. I want people to have that space so that, maybe you want to go hang out with your friends, maybe you're pregnant, whatever your situation may be, you can still have that kind of fun in these environments. So that's pretty much what I'm advocating for. And I've been doing some different projects. As you know, I have the mocktail workshop with my friend. Yeah,
I definitely wanted to talk about that because I did see, just like the advertisement that went out for it. So let's talk about that class. Let's jump into it.
So when I was doing my research, because again, I'm trying to open a mocktail lounge, I started contacting like different players in the field who are like leaders who have books, and he's actually the author of the Mocktail Club. He has like a gazillion recipes in his book. So cool. And I reached back out to him. I said, hey, would you mind, kind of co-hosting with me a mocktail workshop? It's Sober October, by the way. So I wanted to create
let's get into it.
opportunities so that people can kind of see like, hey, this is a fun lifestyle. You can have fun. You can engage, So we have the mocktail workshop. He'll be curating a special recipe from his book. So really excited about that. And then we currently have, I did launch the, it's not a charity walk, but it's more like a wellness walk. I did it on October 6th to the 11th. So if anyone's interested, it's a 2-mile walk. If you do yoga, if you walk in your community, if you do the gym, you just do a 2-mile walk, check it off. And it's just supporting sober wellness.
Now, Alexandria, as far as with, I know that you're doing these things now. And when you and I connected a few years ago, you did speak a lot as far as with just even your roles in leadership too. So like, I really want to kind of talk about that role too, just because it's like, you've been so multifaceted with that. So, as far as with, can you like share a little bit about some of the, just the programs and things that you were a part of that really impacted the community? Because I was always interested, we would talk, but we never got a chance to really delve into it.
Oh, we're going to delve in today. So my background, when Lord called me over to philanthropy, for me, I'm a go-getter. Like, we take initiative, we will create our own doors. So I began volunteering with different philanthropic nonprofits. So first I was on associate board with Laurie Children's Hospital. And what that looked like was fundraising money for children who had pediatric cancer and like support services. From there, I was a moderator with the Philanthropy Club of Illinois, and that involved us bringing corporate leaders and nonprofit funders in a space to have a panel in which we can figure out how can we access funding. What does the current trajectory of philanthropy look like in Chicago? Because one of the things we are all passionate about is building that equity. So for me, after that, it was being a Young Leaders Fund. For those who don't know, Chicago Community Trust has 6 affinity fund groups. One is the Young Leaders Fund. There's an African American Legacy Fund. There's an Asian fund. There's different strokes for different folks, right? So you can be a part of it if you want to. And what I did with that is I would find grassroots nonprofits and take them through a grant cycle, and they would get grants. So under my leadership, 3 different nonprofits received $5,000 grants and up. Now that for me, that I love the trust. I love the work that they do because they allow you to be we call it a venture philanthropist. If you have this heart and passion for philanthropy, but you may not have millions of dollars, which is what I hate, because a lot of people, especially people of color, get discouraged about volunteering. They get discouraged about being a philanthropic pillar because it's like, well, I don't have money. You don't have to have millions of dollars. You don't have to have thousands of dollars to be an impact and be of service. And through that, seeing lives change, seeing people being able to have grants to hire staff, excel in their programs. That for me was one of the most impactful things that I've ever done, because it allowed me to be a part of what we're trying to do in Chicagoland communities, which is build equity, whether that's in child development and education, whether that's in community and economic development, whether that's in healthcare, whatever that looks like. You are planting seeds so that the next generation of leaders will have that access to resources to do better and to help other people in their community. So for me, that was one of my favorite. Being with Make, that was a special one too, because those kids are already going through so much, and so are the families. And until you're in that situation, you don't realize the magnitude of pain and of suffering that they are going through. So for me, me and my sister, we teamed together. We were granting wishes. We managed to grant 2 kids' wishes. One was in remission. He had cancer, but he was in remission, so he was okay. The other was getting a heart transplant. But those experiences it really puts things into perspective of being grateful for what God is doing in your life and being able to be in a position to give back to help people who may need that help. And then another one, I did a year with the Chicago Foundation for Women, also has giving circles. Listen, for everybody who's on here, there are so many giving circles. It's so many opportunities for you to be involved in so many impactful fundraising and just giving back to your community. So with the Chicago Foundation for Women, they have a West Side Giving Circle. And what we do is we take different Black-led organizations in the West Side of Chicago through the grant cycle process who are helping to pour back into women and girls. And we issue them grants. So I think about 5 or 6 nonprofits got grants when I was under that one, but so many great women in there.
So you're a grant angel. You helping the business. I mean, because that's the number one thing. I mean, I don't work on that side of the house as far as with the nonprofits, but naturally I talk to a lot of them. I've even had a couple that have been tenants as far as for my career, but they always talk about that they are just like, they're always looking for funding to continue the mission, because they say that it gets difficult, but they need people like you that's able to help them. Oh my goodness.
So I was doing all that, and that's not even half of it. I was with like 3 other organizations on top of that, and I love leadership, so I was serving in leadership roles at the same time working. But for me, because that's where God called me, I felt empowered. I was like, no, I'm gonna stick it out. I want to do great work, because when you in acting, it's all about ourselves. But when you're in the background and you're helping someone else, it really is such a beautiful feeling to see someone else's lives change, whether that's through a small grant, whether that's through volunteering for their organization. And I will say, one of the 2 things that I saw that were missing as I was serving was, one, I'm a woman of faith. And I know there's other women of faith too, who they love to serve because they want to bring Jesus' light to the forefront, right? It's just so much, hey, it's just so much stuff happening in the world. You need that. And that was something that I saw. I was like, I wish there were more organizations that were for that. The second thing is, and this is what I'm really passionate about, as people of color, whether you are Black, Mexican, whatever it is, as people of color, we should be seen in the forefront of philanthropic change in our communities. And I think that the discouraging thing is I kept seeing spaces where all the donors are white. And I'm like, I am not the only person that wants to serve. I know so many people of color who do want to serve, who are giving money, who are donating. And that began to light a fire under me.
They're doing the work. They need more access as far as to who needs it and where do they need to be, Absolutely.
100%. And that led me to create She Is Kingdom, She Is Miss. And the mission is, it's philanthropic. The mission is to empower girls and women through volunteerism, community outreach, and philanthropy, because those were the three things I saw that were missing. And for me, if we begin with the next generation coming up, and if we introduce them to volunteer acts of service, to community outreach programs, whether that's maybe the back to school drives that I was hosting, a wellness drive where we're picking out period kits to, kid or girls who have, period insecurity, whatever that looks like, or even helping senior citizens and bringing them food, because a lot of senior citizens can't get back and forth to the grocery store. When you do that, you're not only planting seeds, but you're also building up favor for yourself, because when we give back, God gives back. And I'm so amplified. Yes. And people don't know, a lot of people don't know that, and they don't recognize that. And that's what lit a fire for me to do my nonprofit, because I was like, something must be done. And there are no organizations like that are doing that. And I just got frustrated, because I said, it cannot just be non-people of color constantly giving, constantly pouring back into communities, always having the financial bandwidth. We do too. We just got to figure out how to access that. So like organizations like the Chicago Community Trust, Chicago Foundation for Women, they lead the charge. Yes, they lead the charge in that. There's so much opportunity.
Alexandria, with everything that you've just shared, as far as having so much community involvement and just really being able to help so many different people advance, I just want to know, and you share as much as you like, but it's just along the way in your journey, can you think back on some things that were just like, okay, I don't really know how I'm going to get through this to continue to serve, because sometimes the people that when we serve the community, we're the ones we going through it too. So what does that kind of look like for you as far as overcoming some of those challenges that have come up along the way?
That is a good question. I think my biggest challenge was last year, because I was working full time. I was also trying to do my nonprofit, and I was burnt out. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard. And then because sometimes you feel like, I don't want to say indebted, but you want to help. Sometimes we just have these big hearts. We want to help everybody, and we don't realize that we can't help everybody. And then when you neglect that rest for yourself, you're no good to anyone else. And I found that I was not pouring into myself and my mental health as much as I was pouring into other people. So I had to kind of, after last year, take a step back. And that was hard. It's hard to say, I can no longer serve here. From my job, that was another tough thing, because I love my job, but the environment, I wanted growth, and that was challenging, because you're leaving a space that you thought you would always be a part of, and then you're at the same time, you're burnt out, you need rest, you're trying to figure out your next steps. For me, that was the hard part, because you feel like you're letting down people, and you feel like you're not continuing that movement. But I find that in those situations, sometimes there's, we experience transitional seasons, right? So, in faith, God will take us from one journey, and then things will kind of fall apart to fall together. And I need so many people to recognize that. Sometimes you may feel like everything is falling apart, but really it's falling together for that next stage of your life, for that next season of elevation. And for me, I almost lost hope in that. And then this happened. And I said, compared to last year where I was burnt out, felt like I had nothing else to give, now I'm in this position where I'm able to advocate for something I truly believe in, that's related to my entrepreneurial aspirations. And I'm still able to serve in another way, and still trying to build up the next generation of women and girls, to be philanthropic leaders, to be seen as pillars in their communities. That gave me that second wind to be like, you know what, my journey has not ended. It has not stopped. I just have to figure out a way to kind of do better in my mental health. And
And you know what? David has a question, if you don't mind. I'm going to put it on here. So he said, as Miss Woman of Illinois, United States 2025, say the full title, friend. What were some of the hardest questions that people have asked you? So I'm assuming maybe like on the actual, maybe like the ceremony side, like what was the question that I guess stumped you?
So here's the thing on because this is an appointed title, but come November 1st, they're going to ask me hard questions. And my interview is actually the 18th. So I feel like one of the hardest questions that I may be asked is maybe what my initiatives are as a queen, and how can I best serve under this title to help amplify their mission. Because again, this pageant system is really much about putting women and girls. I mean, where most pageant systems will cut you off at 25, 27, they kind of keep going, I think, until 80s. So it really redefines what beauty and impact looks like for all ages and all backgrounds. So for me, that's going to be the hardest question, because again, I have a vision for what I see and what I want implemented in the world, but I also have a vision for me wanting to be a part of this organization as because it's a job, and this is like my dream job, and wanting to inspire that next generation of leaders, wanting to change the narrative about Chicago, because we get such a bad rap. So not only all the time, and I'm like, I want to represent the diverse voices of women in Illinois, because there are so many women who are doing so many incredible things. It's not just what you see in the media. We are out here working, so that also allows me to put that on my back and carry that with me for all of our women in Illinois who are doing incredible things. So it's just more so figuring out a way where I can kind of merge both of those together, so that that organization shines brightly, and so do I for our state and our city.
That's right. That's right. I love that. I love that. Now, look, I have to ask this, because it's just like, look, realistically, I already knew. Look, I knew my sister was dope, honey, but like, I'm learning even some new things today. But I kind of want to know. I know that you're competing for the title right now. For now, this is going to be for 2026, so that you can. Can we talk a little bit about that? Yeah, like just what's coming up? Because I want to know, how can my listeners and my supporters, how can we rally behind you to make sure that, because y'all see the crown, it's here already, so we're not giving it up. We're not giving it up. How can we support you over here at the Blueprint Live, as far as for just the process coming up for 2026?
I appreciate you, sister. So I have a Queen fundraiser coming up. In Good Spirits, they're a non-alcoholic bottle shop, kind of located in the Wicker Park area. They have generously donated me their space for 3 hours. So I'm hosting a Queen fundraiser to raise money towards my crown journey. I said, God really has been so good to me. A lot of companies have been giving me raffle donations too, to help towards the fundraising. So Salt Mara, they donated me a gift card. Chicago Tea House donated me some gift cards. And Bar Taco is donating a complimentary gift card for like 2 people to have dinner. So like a lot of them have been rallying behind me to help me to raise money. So if anyone's interested in attending, because non-alcoholic bottle shop, they have different non-alcoholic drinks. Whether you're into pathogens, CBD, they got different non-alcoholic beverages, and they will be able to purchase them, enjoy, and it kind of still goes along with my sober wellness title, because again, creating spaces for people to have access to non-alcoholic drinks and fostering community. So if anyone's interested in supporting my crown journey, come out October 21st from 6 to 8. I will give you the location. It's on 858 North Ashland. It's going to be a great night. Got some raffle prizes. I'll be as queen, so we can take pictures. I would love to talk to you. Yeah, I do. I want to talk to you. Like, yes. And then
my goodness. Yeah, I'm like, add the calendar. Look, I'm over here like, where's my planner? I need to put these in.
I'm like, I'm trying to do a lot in so little time. And then the other thing is, we are in Sober October, right? So I currently have a Sober October petition going, where you can pledge to abstain from alcohol throughout the entire month of October. I know we're on the 9th, but it's not too late to start. But if anyone's interested in that, we have a petition going. Would love to sign. Just share. Please do not donate. I had people donating, and I was like, no, I don't know where that money goes.
Right. You're like, wait a minute now. Like, I just needed your signature. I didn't need all of that.
But yeah,
I didn't need all of that. Now, look, I look, as Miss Woman, Illinois, United States. Like let's get it. Can you leave my listeners, before you leave us tonight? Can you just, I want to leave a message for someone that maybe is not 100% fully walking in their power and walking in their calling. And I feel like that with everything that you've accomplished, and just what you have now, what you are up against. Can you give us a word before you leave tonight? Because I don't know. I think that's what we got to get into tonight.
Yeah, no, I absolutely can. So, as a woman of the Lord, a lot of my anchor is always in who God says I am. And that gives me the audacity to go out and do what he puts in my heart to do. I don't believe in letting anything stop me. I don't look at like, oh no, there's a gatekeeper, I can't do this. I never carry that mindset. So I encourage people to truly believe in who you are powerful, you are anointed, you are called, you are chosen, you are the head and not the tail, you are above and not beneath. You are created to do so many amazing things. And I think so many people get kind of stuck in that whole mediocrity thing, but you weren't created to be mediocre. You were not created to be mediocre. You're created to have impact and power. And when you believe in that, it actually opens up the doors for you to kind of see that and walk into your purpose. So for anyone who's not walking in their purpose, for me, I had to sit down with the Lord and ask him, what did he want me to do? That was one. Two, when he gave me that blueprint, he also opened up doors for me to establish my own blueprint. I like that, the blueprint media. So, we learn there's, you know what, sometimes, and what's discouraging for some people is like, you may find yourself in a season of transition, or I call wilderness, and you don't see anything. But please be reminded, you don't see the movement, but you don't see it in the earth, but it's happening in the spiritual. So you have to remember that there's things being lined up. You're about to walk into them, but how you speak over your life determines if it's going to be delayed or if you're going to walk into it. So do not let thoughts of defeat you, because that is not your portion. The portion is to be thankful, to be abundant, to be prosperous. That is your birthright, to go out and generate wealth, to open up doors for the next generation of sons and daughters. There are so many things that we are created to do, and we have to stay focused in that. So do not let life discourage you. Keep in mind that everything is but a season, and you're going to see that season where you are going to reap what you have sown. And I tell people, sometimes you may find yourself, maybe you're working a job you don't like, and you may, was loyal to a company and you didn't see the fruit. God showed me that we will not always reap what we have sown, but we're going to sow it somewhere else. And when you do sow it, it's going to be a harvest. So always remember that you are going to get back double and tenfold what you put out. And if you don't see it, there's nothing holding you back from being your own blueprint, from opening up the next doors for other people so that they can be inspired and empowered by you as well.
Alexandria, I need you to know that tonight, and what you just said, and these last few weeks, my guests, y'all have all just left me with just a word that I wanted y'all to say it to the people, and then it hit me in my chest. That
real.
Do you have time for a couple questions before you leave me tonight? This is coming from David.
Do it.
David, he is our longtime friend of the show, and baby, he always has some questions. So look, he did want to know, with you being from the Chicagoland area, what do you think about what's going on in Chicago right now currently? So it's like we got a lot of things going on out here, but just from your perspective, what do you kind of think about that?
Yeah, what's happening currently is just, to me, it's a mess. I think that with the Republican system, they are trying to push Christ, but they're doing it with hatred, bigotry, and racism, and I don't approve of it. I don't think it's right for what is happening in our streets, and it's separating and dividing us as not only a city and in a state, but also as a country, and it's unfortunate. And we have so many people who are out there trying to be change makers, advocating for what's going on. The migrant, it's just absolutely crazy. I think that even in spite of it, it will never. In spite of what's happening, it won't shake our city down. We are still stronger when we stand together. And I believe that a lot of people are standing together on this issue, and that we are doing the best that we can. And we just got to keep praying for the Lord's hand to step in and right the wrongs that are being done in our city right now, and not to lose hope.
That's right. Great question, David. Great question. Well, Alexandria, before you leave me tonight, can you let them know where they can follow you, and just go ahead and give them those events one more time, just in case, because we had a couple people that just trickled in just now, but let us know how we can support you after tonight's broadcast.
Okay, so we have, how should I do it? Just tell them, or you know what? Follow me.
They need to read it, because I need to see.
Wait a minute. Okay. You guys can follow me at Miss Woman Ill United States 2025 on my page. I have different events posted up. You can also DM me if you have questions. I'm always happy to answer. And anything you need, just let me know.
Absolutely.
And that's Miss Woman. So it's MS Woman Ill United States 2025.
Yes. Look, first off, this interview and everything, it's been a long time coming. Life got to life, but we made it happen. Because look, we've been talking about this only since we got to know each other. Like, girl, you gotta come on the show. So I'm so excited that you are coming on. And I want to say this: you know, for any of my media friends that are tuning in, we do have to support our own. So it's very important. I'm putting a call out to my media friends that if you all would love to have Alexandria come onto your platforms, we are gonna push to make sure that we help you to retain the title. Okay, because the title is already hers. Let's go. And we taking it for 2026 and beyond. Okay, let's fight about it.
I'm not playing.
We look, not a real fight, but honestly, like I'm so proud of you and I'm so happy for you. And I thank you for making me a stop on your press run because it's yours. It's already yours.
I received that, but let me tell you something. I am proud of you because of what you are doing. You are opening doors for other women and men on your show to go out and share their story and to be seen and to be heard. And you're just, to me, when we've met, like you said, we met at the mixer. And I remember that. It was you, Ebony, that the two girls that I met.
My girl.
Yes. We were inducted together. But there's something about you that's just like this beautiful, bright, bubbly, down-to-earth, humble light. And it's refreshing because you don't always get that in people. You don't always get people willing to share their spotlight with someone else. And that's the difference in you. So thank you. And I am proud of you for everything that you are doing. And may God continue to bless you tenfold for what you are doing.
Oh my good girl.
We know.
I love this. And I'm rocking with you. And for real, when you send out the flyers or even I'm just going to reshare it because we want to come out and support, especially those that live in Illinois. You have our support. I want the link and all that. They says you got to wait after the brunch when your girl get paid. Okay. But we gonna sow a seed because we want you to continue on with your journey and do everything that we can. Just know we got your back over here at the Blueprint Live always.
Thank you. And I'm going to tell you the truth because it's been, again, there's no director for this title system. So I've been having to, do a lot of my legwork and I have a pageant coach who's been awesome. But I'm going to be honest with you. So for my walk, I wanted to fundraise for an organization and that's my heart. And there was an organization that was closely aligned with my platform. And I met with the woman and I shared my journey. I shared that, for those who don't know, I used to love alcohol and then I went through heartbreak and I was like, drinking was seen as like a way to cope socially and to build social connections, like most of us think. And I went to the bar and I was ordering a drink and it did not taste right. And I just thought maybe I ordered the wrong drink, ordered another one that didn't taste right. And by that third time, I knew God was saying, no, my daughter, I have better for you. I don't want you, looking at this as the way to kind of stress cope. So I didn't touch it. But I shared this with this woman who had this foundation or organization and she had never fundraised before. So I was happy to do it and talk. And I was going to do a sober share on her on her one of her meetings, and she emailed me, recapped it, and she was like, "Hey, what title do you think you wanted to lead with for this sober share? This will be my first opportunity sharing my story." I said, "I'm thinking of a faith-led sobriety story," and then she says to me, "Do you mind tweaking your platform because we don't talk about Jesus, the higher power of Christ, and I just think you would get crickets." And I took a minute.
Look, we gonna talk about Jesus. We gonna
So Star, here's the thing. I had a meeting with her. So I said, she could have told me that at the meeting. I would have understood. And I would have even said, I understand. I won't. I'm kind of the best person. But you waited until after I shared all that. And then you did that. So I said, Lord, even though that's not the case, I'm still going to fundraise for this organization because I believe in what they're doing. I did not know how to do the walk because you need permits, you need a certificate of insurance. And I just didn't have it. And Holy Spirit was like, wellness walk. I was like, okay, absolutely. We can do a charity wellness walk. People can donate to our organization. We can reach more people. Emails me back and says it will be a waste of her time. And I felt defeated. So this is one of those things where you asked me like challenges. It made me feel defeated. Like, okay, how am I supposed to get out here? How am I supposed to represent Illinois? How am I supposed to make a difference if people aren't letting me in? And when I reached out to you, you were just welcoming. Absolutely.
Look, we was messaging that night. I was in bed rubbing my feet together. I'm like, sis, tell me what day?
Literally. So thank you. Cause no one knows it's what I'm, behind closed doors, but that was one of those things where it was like, okay, what do you do? But then here comes you and you're like, sis, I want to give you a platform to share your story. So again, I am proud of you and I thank you. And I am thankful for you. I really am.
And we gonna chat offline too because I do talent management, but we'll chat offline because baby, you don't have to do it alone. Clock it, okay? Yes. So we have another one of our sisters that's joining. Shout out to Deja. Okay, she's with Warner Tax and Accounting Services, and she's gonna be at the Link to Live Brunch too. So y'all go ahead. But thank you so much for tuning in. And David said, "Don't feel defeated because you are a winner in God's eyes." Come on now, 100%. I want to thank you again for joining me. And just like I said, just know that you have my support. I'm definitely going to look at the 21st to, to come out and just, come and show you some love. And I want my pick too. I'm holding you to it.
Oh, you get first pick. You ain't got girl. You right now.
We're gonna do it.
Star.
Yes, look, you gonna be decked out in your attire. I need all of the photo ops, but no, just know you have my support for real, sis, and I'm proud of you. And thank you for joining me tonight.
Thank you, my love. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and have a blessed day or a blessed evening.
Yes, you too. I'll be seeing you soon.
Okay. Bye, love.
Bye. Bye. Didn't I tell you we had a bomb show tonight? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna leave Alexandria's information scrolling here at the bottom. I have to take a quick break, and when I come back, we have tonight's Hate It and Love It. And I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. Stuff to talk about tonight. I'll be back.
Chicago, get ready for the Link to Lit Brunch, the fall edition. On Saturday, October 11th, get ready to step into a space with good food, crafted cocktails, amazing vendors, and where powerful conversations are taking place. This ain't just your average brunch. It's an experience and a chance to connect with other like-minded individuals. So I hope you'll join me. The link is in my bio. Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health. All right, y'all, it's time for Hate It and Love It. Let's get into it.
Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. And baby, look, I'm just go ahead. We're going to break it all the way down. Okay? I got to break it down. Now, look, I live in the South Suburban community. But, I typically don't do this, but I ain't even going to lie. My municipality got me so hot this week, I got to put it on blast. Now, for the Village of University Park, what they did August 8th was they came, which was 24 hours after our garbage day pickup. And yes, I'm real petty, so I'm about to break it down for y'all because I need you all to know. I did leave the garbage can out. Now, now understand my house is very tidy. I try to keep my house looking pristine like how I look pristine. Okay. So it's clean, it's not dirty, it wasn't no garbage nowhere. It just was at the end of the driveway. 24 hours. I received an orange tag. I have said orange tag in my purse right now. It said that I had 24 hours to basically take care of this particular complaint to avoid citation. Hold on. And you know what? The thing about it is that I'm not going to show y'all because this, this our little house business, but I want to read it to you just so we can all be on the same page. You're in violation of certain village ordinances. To correct and avoid citation, please abate the items checked by Edwards or contact the code enforcement department. Now, seeing as though this was a simple fix, they wrote down, hey, you left your garbage bins at the end. I'm just like, oh my gosh, let me roll those back. Because I'm not going to lie, Anthony and I, we play petty war sometimes. So sometimes I'm just like, I'm going to walk past it because you know what? I tell you what, I've been with him for 14 years. MzMetchi don't touch garbage like that. MzMetchi don't round up the garbage in the little bins, but I don't touch the big bins. I don't like it. It's icky. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, baby. I appreciate you doing that for me. Love. Okay. So I walked past it too. And because I knew, I'm like, okay, he gonna get it in the morning. Mind you, they don't really mess with us out like that. We've been out here for years. Honey. So I abated the items. To correct and avoid citation, I abated the item immediately, right? This is what I did. Rolled it up myself because I'm like, I'm not going to wait on him and risk getting cited at my home. Like, no, we're not going to do that. I don't do tags like that. We pay our bills. We do what we need to do. Honey, they came back 4 days later, August 12th, and cited me. They put this okay, put the notice on the door. They're like, look, you got to appear October 7th, 5 o'clock at the town hall. I'm like, never. Okay, cool. Again, I have proof that I mitigated this particular item based off of this notice. Here's the notice right here. Okay, took all of this with my citation. Took my proof. I'm like, hey, I took care of these items. Do you have pictures, of what's going, or whatever? Like, do you have pictures after October 8th when you cited me? Do you have photos? Okay. So not only did apparently the lady that's at the bottom's Edwards, her funky behind, and yes, I said it. She's showing pictures to the lady, and I'm just like, well, may I see? You don't need to look at the photos. Girl, what? You took pictures of my home. Up them photos. But we're classy, we're demure. So long story short, the lady that was over this particular over the citing, she's just like, oh, the citation is $300. And she said, now, despite the language that's on here, to correct and avoid citation, please abate the items. I did what you asked me to do. But you're still saying that I'm in violation because it was out in the first place. So am I getting cited for the original time, or did y'all come back because it was a money grab? Then what killed me was she thought she was doing me a favor by lowering it from $300 to $100. Since based on y'all paperwork, it wasn't correct. How about I saw a lady get a fine for $150 for not parking on the street when there was no signs near her home? She actually went and did the distance from her home and a sign that said they weren't supposed to park on the street in the first place, which was nowhere in the vicinity of her home. $150. Deja, you feel me? Yeah, period. Say, come on now. I tell you what, and I don't want to curse, so I'm going to keep it cute. What's up, boo? Hey, sis. It was a money grab. It was about me and about 77 people up in there. They had fines, and I listened to all the people before me. It pays to be on time because I got in, right? It was a money grab. I don't like that. First off, if you all are familiar, if you're in the Illinois area, we haven't had proper water in a while. They stopped even doing the water drives where they would at least give to the communities. It's people with kids and babies. See, we adults. We going to go get our purified and our alkaline water. Praise them. Thank you, Sam's Club. Okay. But everybody is not as fortunate to be able to do that. So when you can't even run your own tap and get water, y'all stop giving out filters. Y'all stop doing all of this other stuff. Then I go outside and I see at least 8 citations. Y'all, one of my neighbor that's next to me, no shade. And baby, if you watch, shame, and I'll tell you to your face, they yard is so high the weeds come up to your knees. No exaggeration. My hated it is don't be selective. If you gonna hit them up, hit everybody. Don't target our household. We do what we need to do. We keep our stuff looking pristine. I feel like I'm a great resident to have in the neighborhood. How dare y'all? $300 for my garbage bin that I already pay Homewood disposal for? Oh, baby, I was hot as fish grease on Tuesday. The hottest. Zachary, Dad, Mother, thank y'all for barbecuing that day because that was what cured my spirit personally. My dad and them made some ribs. Holla at a play when you see me in the streets, but that's my hated it. We are in just such a time where they are taking from us, and we just gotta lay down and take it. Like I don't know what type of movement I could start. And then this is the thing: it's not even about the $100. It's just the simple fact that if you're gonna get me on something, watch your verbiage with me, please, please. Deja said, definitely a money grab. I hate that happened to you. I do too. Because you know what, Deja? I tell you what. For those that are on the live, y'all know that for real, I really try to be on the straight and arrow as far as with stuff. And then this the thing, when I'm really not 100 with it, I'm just not 100 with it. I didn't even go up there and lie. It's just a simple fact that I'm like, these garbage cans ain't bothering nobody. I got a neighbor right now that got 2 big red tires. I'm talking about the tires is as big as humans. It's dogs that then damn near attack children walking from school. I ain't seen nothing. They came knocking on our door like we was the ones with the damn dogs. I digress. It's a money grab. They take it from us and we just gotta just take it. Don't. I'm gonna move on. Another thing, while I'm already hot and while I'm already heated, let's just talk about it. So today posed another situation, and I tell you what, y'all know I don't blast nobody. Now I had to do it for University Park. I don't care because I pay over here. We pay, we pay. Mr. and Mrs. Brown, we pay. We are law-abiding citizens. We do what we need to do. So I don't mind blasting them, but I try to keep the identities of people that did some food stuff. I try to keep it to myself. Let me get my auntie sponge. I done got hot, y'all. Talking about that dang on University Park. When I tell you I want to go up there and put belt to butt up in here, I need y'all to understand. But this next situation, so with protecting the integrity for the people that's involved, I'll say this. My hated it is when people want to do business and barter with you, but they don't hold up to their end of the bargain. Or even try. No effort. No effort. Yeah, I had a situation that was so poo-shiesty when I tell you I was speechless earlier. Kimberly is on here. My best friend can attest, baby. I didn't even have no words. All I had was my little $4.36 out to get my iced coffee because that was the only thing that was going to cool me off today. Y'all was, ooh, baby, I was flaming hot red. Y'all, let me tell you this. I've been in business. I've been a business owner since 2019. But I really, really, really locked in and started, well, no, it was before that, about 2018. 2019 was the year I really started like taking it seriously, and I shifted and went into a different industry. And when I tell you, and when it came to media, baby, some of the situations that I've been through would have had the most average person, crashing out. Y'all, sometimes I be feeling like I'm about 1 to 3 different situations from having a whole crash out and really just letting the chopper sing. So I'll say this. That is my hated it. My hated it is just people, please don't come and try to do business. And you ain't really talking about handling no business. And then, the situation was so unfortunate where it was like communication has ceased. Basically, once these particular people had gotten the things that they needed as far as from the business, right? And from what was going on, they decided that they didn't need the people that connected them. I tell you all the time, and I will continue to share this with you. Never, ever, ever diss your connect. What we don't do is that when people connect us and all that other stuff, we don't try to act as if that wasn't the case. Now, if I introduce you to somebody and you all go on to do business, I'm not saying I'm automatically at the table because I introduced you all, but you never mess up with your connect. Because see, the people that you'll try to play small and you try to play them like they not nobody or whatever the case is, end up being somebody. And that's why whenever it happens to me, y'all, sometimes I have to sit back. I was hot earlier today. I don't want to lie to you. I was hot. However, once I calmed down and I had to recognize, I'm just like, you know what? Everybody is not going to understand your greatness or to understand that, doing you like that or whatever the case is. They have to answer to that in the spirit. I don't even worry about it no more. And then the thing about it is, I love when people play themselves out of the situation. Do what it is that you need to do. And I swear I wish I could tell y'all, but again, we don't, we do a little mess on the Blueprint Live, but we ain't gonna do it messy like that. I wouldn't blast anybody because look, you never want to be that person. But this particular sting that I had today is sting. And I'm just like, how dare this get dropped on me 2 days before the Link and Lip Brunch? How dare y'all do this? You could have saved this until next week. I needed the weekend to myself before y'all started doing some crazy things. I was disappointed. I don't like when people don't do what it is that they said that they were gonna do. And then they make you regret fooling with them in the first place. We talking strictly business, baby. We not talking personal. Because I don't play that on the personal side. Personal side, baby, you'll get cut off. Quick. I got that Kim G in me. Kim G, you already know. I got that Kim G in me. I'm like, baby, cut it. What sense is that? I'm not doing it. But when we go through those things, it's always a reminder to recalibrate. It's always a reminder to guard yourself, to guard and not so much as guard the resources or the help that you give to others, but not always be so willing to jump forward with people that may only have their best interest of heart, but they aren't even considering yours. See, you'll be the one that's trying to help and trying to bring people together and be the connected piece of whatever the case is, and they just thinking about how can they get past you and get to what it is that's attached to you. Watch yourself out here, because I tell you what, today was definitely a reminder to definitely watch myself. Okay, me and all of my affiliates, and understand it's just like this. What you got to understand is that when people are really the plug, you never ever know who all they connected to. You got to be careful. Be more careful than that. Because see, you'll mess up one opportunity thinking somebody a little dog and they're really the big dog. That's all I got to say. I'm going to leave it at that. The Link to Live brunch is Saturday. And I'm excited. I'm so excited, y'all. Do y'all know that the only thing that I'm having a problem with is how am I going to style my hair that day? I ain't got no worries. Riding in the rover. Okay. And my hair swinging. Y'all, I finally, so look, remember I was on there with the unjackies. I was telling y'all how it perfected my curls. Baby, I had to take it back. I want my old school girlies, get in the camera. Get in here with me. Baby, I have to go back to the bio silk. And the silk press is silk pressing. She's not going to be able to withstand Saturday because MzMetchi's going to be on the move. However, she's been moving and grooving this week. I know y'all see it. But baby, I've been feeling myself. If you ain't feeling yourself, ooh, log off. We feeling ourselves tonight. So Kim said, wait a minute, Kim. Yes, girl. A dog ran up on my best friend. Like, best friend says, I remember that. I had 2 cane corsos pull up on me. And then they pulled up on me on the night when I was a little bit saucy Santana. So I'm just like, Jason said that part because you the big dog. I mean, look. Big dogs don't go around, true big dogs don't go around calling themselves big dog, because if you a big dog, you just a big dog. People gonna see it, they gonna understand it, they gonna feel it. But thank you. I ain't gonna turn it down. Yes, baby. Big dog. Ruth. Okay. Ruth, yes, we are so excited about this weekend, and I'm getting into it. Like, I feel like I never told y'all the story about why I started the brunch and all that other stuff. So we're talking about it tonight. Now, look, I have to take a quick break and pay some bills. But look, I had everything scrolling for my special guest tonight, Alexandria Ward. So I want you all to continue to follow her. But I'm going to also remind you all to drop your businesses in the comments. So if you got a book, an event, a song, whatever it is that you have going on, I want to hear about it because somebody needs what it is that you have to offer. Got to take a quick break. And when I come back, it's time for tonight's What Would You Do? And this guy is having an issue. Like, y'all, we helping the hubbies tonight. Oh, that should be interesting. Be right back.
Chicago, get ready for the Link to Lit brunch, the fall edition. On Saturday, October 11th, get ready to step into a space with good food, crafted cocktails, amazing vendors, and where powerful conversations are taking place. This ain't just your average brunch. It's an experience and a chance to connect with other like-minded individuals. So I hope you'll join me. The link is in my bio.
Are you in need of a mobile bartender for your next event? Contact Paris Ice Bar today. From crafted cocktails, tapas and hookah, Paris Ice Bar has you covered. Visit ibringhappyhour.com or call 407-707-8202.
Let's get into today's What Would You Do? Where we're talking about real situations with real people and offering real solutions.
So y'all know I forgot something, right? I forgot something. So look, before we hop into tonight's What Would You Do? I gotta do this. So look, I ran a raffle for the Link to Lit brunch. And I know y'all probably tired of hearing it. I don't care. Y'all don't care. So look, I'm shaking up a little bag right now. I was trying to load it up online, but baby, it wasn't working. So look, we got a few entries. Only a few. Like for as many people that y'all messaged me asking for a discount, y'all should have been entering this thing on raffle. Okay, so look, I'm about to draw the name. Let's pick who our lucky winner is for today. All right. It looks like it's Big Me Chicago. I will be reaching out to her after tonight's show. She is our winner for tonight's raffle. But look, can I keep it a buck with y'all? I'm going to keep it a buck. Okay. Y'all, I only had 2 people that actually followed all of the directions. Okay. 2 people out of a couple people that I feel like they attempted to enter, but it didn't go right. So my other person was just Cynthia and Big Niche. So guess what? They both coming. Because this event, I'm doing what I want. And it's only 2 people. They were the only ones that followed the directions. And then they actually tagged people. So y'all coming to the brunch too. Just Cynthia and Big Niche. I got y'all. Okay. So you all will see them in the room if you all are joining us on Saturday. As long as they can still make it. These are my 2 winners, okay? You know what I'm saying? Big Niche was the winner. She was. But, y'all know I don't like the line. I ain't going to sugarcoat nothing. Yeah. Because I could have acted like it was hella names in this bag. Baby, it was only 2. So they both coming, period. That's just how we going to do things over here right now. Yeah, period. Look, let me tell you something. You gotta be able to share the wins and the losses, okay? Because I was like, I put it out. I need y'all to know I received so many messages like, is it free? Do I have to register? I'm like, don't you see the link? Read. Please read. Drop your businesses in the comments. Let's get into tonight's What Would You Do? This one, like I said, this is a husband. He is in need of some assistance. It's been 7 years since we slept in the same room, only when we have sex. No cuddle time, no affection, nothing. Almost like roommates. I would rate our marriage a 7 out of 10. That's it. That's our only problem. I asked her to rate our marriage, and surprisingly, she said it was a 7.5. She says that I snore too loudly. Is that a reason to not sleep in the same room? What would you do? This one I think could be answered very much. Okay, let me tell you this. I am married to a human, but I'm married to someone that back in the day sounded like a bear. Okay, Anthony, if you're listening to this, baby, you know you used baby, he would snort a paint off the walls. Okay, ain't nobody getting no dang on sleep tonight. So I'm just like, is he in hibernation? Like, Lord, shake him. I don't care if you turn that man on his side or his back, and we can laugh about it now. Because let me tell you this, it's not none of that no more. We don't have none of that. So, sir, let me just tell you this: if y'all haven't slept in the same bedroom in 7 years, she's standing on business about not sleeping in the room with you until you get that in order. And if you are anything like some men, they're not trying to go and see about the issue. Baby, you have sleep apnea. Yeah, I know. All these different diagnoses, right? you got to go and get you a sleep study. Please go get a sleep study. You have to show some initiative. But for real, I'm not going to fault you, because let me tell you this. I got some female friends and family members or whatever the case is that would snore a man under the table, honey, under the bedrock. Yeah. The snoring is off the chain. That is absolutely a reason to sleep separately. Like, baby, I'd rather just gather myself on the couch. I can't do this. You're too loud. So now, she said that their marriage was a 7.5. Ladies, look at it. Where are my ladies that's on the live tonight? Can we tap in? She's saying it's a 7.5. It's no affection, it's no cuddling, it's no nothing. It's just like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, go to your room. Very Brady Bunch. Very sleeping in separate quarters. Now, if I were in his shoes, what I would do is, the first thing is that I'm going to have a conversation. We all know that with the what would you do's, that a lot of it comes down to either something was overly communicated or something wasn't communicated very in a great way. So for tonight's what would you do is what I suggest, and I want you guys to leave your comments, and just maybe some feedback that you can share for this husband. It's been 7 years. The first thing that I'm going to do is have a conversation and express the fact that it's just like, hey, I understand that this is how it's been for this, for this time. It's been 7 years, but I am very much so interested in sleeping back in the room, us together as a married couple. And this is the thing, I when I hear about different things, or when someone that's married, they actually open up and they're vulnerable about some of the things and the challenges that may be going on. Because understand this, as a married person, it is automatically taboo for you to talk about some of the things or the challenges that you're facing, right? To yourself sometimes, to other people, but especially sometimes to your spouse, especially if it involves them, or if they may be the cause of whatever said issue is. But you have to say something and advocate for yourself. So if you want to be back close to your wife, you have to let her know that you need that. You got to have that. But it definitely needs to be a conversation to just establish, I miss what we had. And maybe it might look different now, but, maybe you can start off with something small, like, can we try sleeping in bed together on the days where we both don't have anything, or anywhere to go the following day? Start small. You know what I'm saying? You're going to need a lot of melatonin, but I would first have the conversation about the fact that you miss sleeping with your spouse. And you miss seems like maybe the physical intimacy. And that's something that happens, especially when you've been together for a long time. You have to continuously, it's not one of those things where it's like the burning bush and it's going to continue to burn. You have to continue to light it up, right? Let me get into these comments. Deja said, I was going to say, this is bigger / deeper than snoring. 7 years is extreme. It happens, Deja. It really does. And that's crazy, right? Kim said, definitely needs to be a conversation. Something else is going on. I think so too. I think it's something underlying, and it may not necessarily be with him. It may actually be because of the snoring. It could be opposite work schedules. Like, I am a daytime worker. Hubby is a third shifter, so sometimes if I want to lay around and lounge in the bed, he may be up and be active. You can't take it personal, but every marriage is going to work differently. So it's probably a 7.5 for her, because she's just become content with, like, okay, I get to get some sleep up in here. It may not be deeper, but then it certainly does seem a little bit odd. Like, y'all don't ever sleep together. 7 years is extreme. I don't know. So that would be the first thing. I'm going to have the conversation. Now, when you have this conversation, hubby, what you have to do is that you have to frame it with and be solution based. Okay. Because you coming with I miss us sleeping in the bed together, but you're not trying to address the main issue that she told was the problem. That's not going to really heed you any good results too. So you got to do something about it. Part of that is going to be going to your general physician and asking them for a sleep study. to assess that. Snoring, that's, it's kind of a little bit of an issue. So you want to make sure that you get that in order first. Yeah. Auntie Tracy said maybe love is lost. Absolutely. So, and you know what, Auntie Tracy? Absolutely. And that's even more of a reason why they need to have a conversation. Because if that's just how it's going to be, he has to make a decision on it. That's what he wants. If he wants to be in the room and in the bed with his wife, you got to have a conversation anyway. So hold on, let me take a sip. This is a tray. And I'm drinking one of my ones that I got from Clean Fest. Very good, very cutesy, very demure. So go get a sleep study and get that evaluated. Talk to your wife. Start making some changes. I used to snore too. How about that? Especially when I was bigger. Oh my goodness. Baby, when I was like a little ham hock, honey, I would call some cows too. Call them right on home. Would be snoring, honey. Baby, all of that. I don't have those problems no more. I never snored a lot. I really snored when I was tired. But go get that together. Get some therapy. Y'all, I'm going to always advocate for therapy. Go talk to the lady, the man, somebody, a spiritual leader. Go talk to somebody or whatever. Try to restore that gap that's there. Because you know what, ladies, we got to remember men can hurt too. I know y'all be like, he don't feel nothing, girl. He over there playing this video game. It's like, girl, they got feelings too. They got feelings. So that's what I feel. I'm going to take a quick break and I want you all to let me know what you all are thinking as far as with tonight's What Would You Do? But I mean, I think it's a solid plan. Go talk to your spouse. No more anonymous stuff. Y'all need to just send it to the lady. Talk to her. Just talk to her, okay? I will be right back after this break.
Chicago, get ready for the Link to Lit brunch, the fall edition. On Saturday, October 11th, get ready to step into a space with good food, crafted cocktails, amazing vendors, and where powerful conversations are taking place. This ain't just your average brunch. It's an experience and a chance to connect with other like-minded individuals. So I hope you'll join me. The link is in my bio. Be sure to shop Pretty Curvy Savage, where style meets comfort, and you can be bold and be fierce. This plus-size clothing line is everything that you need in your closet, ladies. So be sure to visit prettycurvysavage.com and use promo code MzMetchi10 for your special discount. Okay, bye.
Are you in need of a mobile bartender for your next event? Contact Paris Ice Bar today. From crafted cocktails, tapas and hookah, Paris Ice Bar has you covered. Visit ibringhappyhour.com or call 407-707-8202.
Time to get into what's happening and what's up in these streets. Let's get it.
The federal government is shut down, y'all. That's how we're opening up tonight's What's Happening, What's Up. So look, you may be wondering, like, girl, oh my goodness, we're tired of talking about politics, but this is how it can affect you, especially if you're from the Chicagoland area. Did you all know that the federal government, due to that shutdown that's going on right now, it began on October 1st. We are now at October 9th, okay? It has started to impact air travel. They're getting ready to shut down some things, y'all. I'm supposed to go somewhere next month. Deja, what she said, yeah, I agree. Communication is huge and a sprinkle of couples therapy and individual therapy. Yeah, Deja, that's the way we got to wrap up that What Would You Do? Because they need some intense things right now because things have gotten to a degree. It's too much. It's too much. And especially with them now, moving along to our What's Happening, What's Up tonight with them shutting down the airports. O'Hare is set to ground all flights because they don't have enough staffers to work because they're not getting paid. This is how it affects you. Even the people that are so like, we're in the red. Y'all can't go nowhere either. They grounding everybody. Would you go to work without getting paid? Let's be for real. Now, I know you all heard about the 10 New Orleans, in New Orleans, there was 10 inmates that escaped in May. Okay. They had caught all 9 of them, and the 10th one was caught this week. It ended this Wednesday. And they did end up arresting him. They found him hiding in a basement crawl space in an Atlanta home. So I don't know how long they thought that was going to happen. It's crazy. Deja, what did she say? Yes, the IRS dropped a 162-page plan for the shutdown as of yesterday. Sis, what? Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. This is news we can use, baby. Talk to me. If you can, Deja, if you have capacity, share some. Give us the top updates, the people, what they need to look out for. We need to get the people prepared. Yeah. Kim said, Buddy was in ATL, laughing my butt off. Yes, girl, it's just, y'all should have known that y'all was going to get caught, baby. One of them, did they catch one of the first ones? He was asleep at a bus stop. Like, all right, baby, you didn't have nowhere to go to hide. Kim said he should have been in Austria, Venezuela, Mexico. Take me to Mexico. Go somewhere, baby. He should have been, look, when the people was coming over, he should have just been going back. I know that they still got some tunnels or something. You needed to leave. You need to leave. Anyway, speaking of everything with the federal shutdown, so again, in the Chicagoland area, you all know that they sent the National Guard in. And, but Pritzker, I mean, he's been fighting back. Our governor, his quote was, he's a coward. He says a lot of things to the camera. He likes to pretend to be a tough guy. Come and get me. Come and get me. This was Pritzker to Trump. He said to come and get him. It's getting real interesting, but unfortunately, this is the American lives that are at stake, so it's not funny anymore. It's like a bad reality TV show. Okay, that's what's happening. What's up going on there? Now, if you are someone that orders from Blue Apron meals, okay, if you order their subscription services for meals, I want you all to be on the lookout. They have issued a health warning saying that Blue Apron, they have some packages that went out that was exposed to listeria. Listeria. Y'all know I'm silly. Listeria. Boom, boom, beat on. It's not funny. However, if you have Blue Apron meals or if you currently subscribe to that, you need to be on the lookout. You can go to the site to see the ones that have been recalled, the ones that they have issued a warning for specifically as far as the products that were exposed. You absolutely need to know that. I like my new little song though, and now it's going to be stuck in my head. Now, you all remember a couple weeks ago, I had reported to you all that there was a man that unfortunately was killed on a ride at Disney World. Now, Disneyland, there was a woman that passed recently after riding Disneyland's Haunted Mansion. And now people are starting to get very, very curious as to what the heck is going on at Disney and why is all this stuff happening at Disneyland, Disney World? Is everybody okay? Yeah. Deja, she said they're saying how they will continue to work during the shutdown, but it's going to be hella delays. Yeah, absolutely not. If I was them, I wouldn't go to work either. These people are calling out sick, as they should. Exercise your right, please. Stand for something or fall for anything. I'm not going to work for free. They would never be able to call me in there and be like, "You're not getting paid, MzMetchi. Come on in." Is it listeria? What's going on? Okay, but moving back to the Disney thing, I'm starting to get concerned too. People, they're not supposed to be passing like that. What's the problem? Is everybody okay? Kim said, "Girl, the Disneys are haunted." I mean, honey, clearly They in there doing things more to, I can't deal. Anyway, something that hurt my heart. Dolly Parton, everybody knows who Dolly Parton is. Her sister recently went to social media to ask all of her fans and all of her supporters to pray for her, as she has not been doing too well. Okay. And now this comes only recently after Dolly Parton, she canceled 6 of her Las Vegas shows due to respective health issues that she's been experiencing. So look, Dolly Parton always been down for the folks. She endorsed Beyonce on her last album. She always be down for the cause, so we gonna keep her uplifted in prayer. Okay. Keep the Parton family uplifted in prayer. Y'all know Dolly Parton been that girl. She's been that girl. Now, Chicago and Illinois, they did sue to block the Trump administration, their plan to deploy the National Guard, but unfortunately it didn't work, as there has been word that they touched down in Broadview. So I want y'all to just be diligent. If you all work in the public space like how I do, have a plan together, because they're coming in, baby, and they're coming in hot. Let's understand. Let's be aware. Let's not be bewildered. Now, this story, y'all, that I'm about to tell y'all, it's a little, I can't do anything but just give it to you. So, a lady by the name of Gabrielle Franzi. She's a 28-year-old Florida firefighter. She's recently been in the news because check out what she did. Now, this woman shows up to her ex-boyfriend's house, to his home that he now shares with his new girlfriend, and she left behind. She laid 75 red stained tampons across the yard of her ex-boyfriend's home. She left 75 tampons stained September 30th. Okay. And yeah, she took it to social media. The girlfriend that was not there during the time, she had something to say as far as that was concerned. Now, initially, the young lady, Gabriella, she denied that she had actually done this. She's like, it wasn't me. Mind you, she's a firefighter. This wasn't me. Honey. They ended up catching video of her doing it, her hopping out the truck, putting these tampons out to terrorize her ex-husband, or her ex-boyfriend. So she's been with the Orange County Fire Rescue since 2019, but at this time, she's currently facing 2 misdemeanor stalking charges and has been placed on leave while the department investigates this particular incident. Okay, they're trying to get her charges dropped completely, saying that it is not enough evidence. Girl, and Kim, I want to get into your comment because that's how I felt. Tampons and pads cost way too much money to be wasting like that. For real. Like, sis, did you get the tampons from the dollar store? Or are you out there with the real Playtex? Come on now. I know you sad, sis. You need to go see the lady too. It's not just the men that's got to go. You got to go too, sister. Now, that story was wild, but that's how we wrapping up tonight. So what's happening? What's up? Let me know what's happening and what's up in your city and where you guys are at. Like, look, drop it in the comments. Okay. And look, the sad part about it is there's so much stuff going on that it could be news happening and unfolding right now while we are on this live. And baby, we're not going to know until we log off. So drop it in the comments and we'll be right back after this break.
Are you in need of a mobile bartender for your next event? Contact Paris Ice Bar today. From crafted cocktails, tapas and hookah, Paris Ice Bar has you covered. Visit ibringhappyhour.com or call 407-707-8202.
Learn more about MzMetchi today. She's an entrepreneur, host of the Blueprint Live, media personality, professional brand ambassador, brand talent manager, commercial real estate professional, event host, beauty and fashion influencer, marketing and promotions professional. Learn more about MzMetchi by visiting MzMetchi.com for more information.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you could treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health. Now it's time for the Blueprint Live's topic of the day. Let's get into it.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi, and it's time for our topic of the day. And of course, with us being 2 days out, I just thought that it was only fitting that we talk about the LinkedIn Lit Brunch. So shout out to my 2 winners for the raffle that will be joining us this Saturday as we get together to commune, have a good time, network, eat good, have some cocktails, and do some shopping this Saturday. I'm so excited. And you know what? I recognize that I just had not really talked about like the origin story and everything. And I really wanted to just kind of shed some light for anyone that's tuning in, and just for even just people that are attending. I got a couple of my partners that's on here. Honey, the Auntie Sponge is out and active today. But I wanted to just kind of talk about the start of it. And I'll say this. I have, in my time since I've been in business, been to a plethora of different events and everything. And I've been in a lot of rooms that looked really good on the outside, but it was super stuffy and just very cliquish once I got on the inside. And it's not anything against any of those people or those events, because I still go, and I'm gonna always have a good time wherever I go. Anyway, I don't care. We can go to Church's Chicken. I'm gonna have me a good time, honey. Like, we gonna have a good time, but just those areas that you go to those events and you pay all of this money and you go and everybody's like grouped off and no one's really talking to anybody outside of the people that they came with, and just the energy is just, it wasn't very like welcoming, where it's like, hey, let's come in, let's really get to know each other, let's do some things. It just wasn't always like that. So after leaving some of those events and feeling very, very drained, just feeling like, oh my goodness, I don't want to talk to anybody for 24 hours after this, because it was just so draining to kind of be around like dry energy. Like, let's be real. Y'all know y'all have been in some places. It's just like, this is dry and boring. These people are talking at me. I'm done. I just want to, eat and be merry, right? It was important to me as I was thinking about putting the event together to put together something where no one in the room was overlooked, and making sure that I got around to talk to everybody. Like, I've been to events where the host, you go and try to talk to the host or take a picture with them or do anything, especially when I was coming at a media capacity, and honey, they would just look at you like you was a fly flying around. Like, honey, get away from me. I've been there. So I created the LinkedIn Lit Brunch because I wanted to create a space for those people, that came in and maybe they don't have their tribe yet. They're in need of their tribe. They're looking to connect with other people. And with the brunch there, we've expanded it to let the guys come. Now they fought so hard to come, and baby, it ain't even a third of the list that's the men. So the ones that are coming, I'm sure that they're gonna have a great time at the brunch on Saturday. But I really wanted to do it for the people that I do my outreach for the Blueprint Live, which is small businesses, entrepreneurs, creatives, people that are in the arts, and then impact leaders. That was important to me. And I felt like, let me bring my people together. No more cliquish type of things. Like, no, everybody gonna be friends. Yeah, it was important for me to do that. And I just want to say that for the people that will be in the room, the people that were in the room with me even earlier this year, like, just what you can expect. Because even I want people to come, if you all missed the opportunity this time, for you all to come to the next one, because this is an installment for the Blueprint Media Company that I do want to keep going. It's important to me, and it's growing now. I know that it's going to take all different types of heights in 2026, but you can expect some good food, some good drinks, okay, music, photos, shopping, and just experiences that are curated with you in mind, but mostly for you to be able to connect with another person that's in the room. It forces you to have to talk to somebody else. You know, oh my goodness, y'all, I got it's a freaking now, I'm gonna get them. But, you know, I'm setting the vibe to make it where you can cultivate those relationships genuinely and not, you know, even if you come by yourself, you can leave, you know, with people that you have gotten to know during that time. So I just feel like that for those that are going to be joining us, we're about to have a good time, you know, and I really, it was important to me. I have worked tirelessly to make this a really, really great experience. And, you know, curating those things, getting these activations together, getting my partners. I'm so thankful for my spirit partners. You know, we get to taste Copajn Vodka. Y'all already know I got it on deck. And, you know, NG Distillery and Markovic Estates wine and everything. I even went and got the stuff from Taraji too. I got all of this stuff, you know, Hermanos Amigos Tequila. These are the people that's going to be in the room, and I'm excited about it. So, you know, even look, Deja, she's in the comments and everything. Is this Deja over here? Oh, hey, Latifah. No, this Latifah. Hey, Latifah is joining us too. She got her ticket. Okay, we having a good time, a great time. But I really just want to extend the invite for next time, because I will have the date by Saturday. I'm trying to lock it in, y'all. I'm scared. You know how y'all want to make plans too far in advance, but yeah, you know, oh, come on now. Deja's still here. Warner's Tax and Accounting Services. Clock it, she'll be there too. You know, I want you all to connect with my good sis, because look, she's going to be able to explain this tax stuff to you at a level that you can understand, because Lord knows the people have trouble with that sometimes, sis. And that's okay. We listen and we don't judge, but I'm really, really looking forward to it. And I hope that, I know that when I did the first one, I'm not going to lie to y'all, I told you I had a lot going on around that time. And I don't know if I really was able to fully take in the experience, so I'm really looking forward to on Saturday being able to fully take in the experience, have a good time. You know, I got a team this time. I got a team. MzMetchi is going to be MzMetchi. I'm not going to have to switch it between being Demetria, getting everything together, and the personality. I get to really vibe with my guests and have a good time. Like, y'all, look, I need to show y'all. I'm going to be walking around with this little microphone all day. Hey, amplifying my voice. What's up, y'all? They are going to be so sick of me Saturday. I'm excited, but I can't wait to share all of the recaps. I'm going to be out next week, y'all, because I told you, look, you know, life be life. And MzMetchi got to take care of some things. I got to make sure MzMetchi is good so we can come back and continue with our thing that we're doing. But I did just want to share that with you all about the Link to Live brunch. I'm excited about it, if you can't tell. And I'm really looking forward to getting all of my people in the room again, some new faces, you know what I'm saying, some returning faces, to really just continue to make an impact and to continue to keep expanding on everyone's network. You know, somebody needs what you have to offer, and they don't even know that you offer that. And that's where the Link to Live brunch comes in. So thank you to everybody that got their tickets, to all of my partners. You know, like I said, I got a couple people that's on here that will be there, but I'm very, very thankful to be able to curate this room for you all. And Kim said it's going to be an amazing day. It's going to be an amazing day. Yes, it is. And I will leave it at that. When we come back, we're going to close out with our quote of the night and get ready to wrap this thing up. Be right back.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health. Chicago, get ready for the Linked and Lit brunch, the fall edition. On Saturday, October 11th, get ready to step into a space with good food, crafted cocktails, amazing vendors, and where powerful conversations are taking place. This ain't just your average brunch. It's an experience and a chance to connect with other like-minded individuals. So I hope you'll join me. The link is in my bio. Thank you so much for all of my listeners for tuning in. And now it's time for the quote of the night.
Oh, it's that sad time of the night where we have to close out, where I get to go and get some snacks. It's my time. This one is really, really, this particular quote, I thought that it was fitting for tonight, in light of us having Alexandria Ward joining me. I wish her all of the luck as she is going to take the crown next year. We're already putting that and pumping it out into the atmosphere. So sis, thank you for joining me. And also just with what I shared with you all as far as the Linked and Lit brunch. So this one is from Cleo Wade. Create the things you wish existed. Right? Alexandria told us that, in light of her sober journey, that she wanted to create a space for people to get the same vibes that they would get at the clubs and the lounge and everything, but with no alcohol, right? These are thoughts and these are concepts and things that, it takes someone far out to be able to recognize the gaps and to fill them. I know for myself that even when I was building the brunch and just even with the Blueprint Media Company, my mission has never changed. It's been consistent since 2019. My mission to showcase and highlight small business owners, entrepreneurs, artists, creatives, and impact leaders. When you stick to your mission, it makes room for you. And in light of it making room for you, it also helps you to create those spaces, those platforms, and get the word out about things that you wouldn't be able to do if you weren't the mover or the shaker, if you weren't the person that was going to pioneer that. So if you have something or if there's a space that you feel like you need, create it. Something that I am excited about as far as with closing out fourth quarter and the beginning of first quarter for 2026 is to fully just develop that support group that I told you all about for women that have this advanced stage endo, women that have kind of reached the end of the rope as far as when it comes to different things with fertility for whatever reason that may be, creating some safe spaces for us. In my journey, I found that I haven't really had a lot of spaces where I can talk freely about my experience and get that true understanding from somebody that knows exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm in the process of creating the spaces that I wish existed for me. And I encourage you guys to do the same. 100%. I encourage you all to do the exact same. What's up, Vita? That's my girl. Hey, sis. How you doing, baby? So good to see you. Thank you for coming on in and hanging out with me. Now I have to get ready to close out. For those that are joining us Saturday, get prepared to get linked and lit. Okay, just what other way to put it to you, baby? We about to have a great time. A great time. Do you hear me? We about to have a great time. I cannot wait. For those that stepping in the room, I am so excited. Setup begins tomorrow for me. I'm excited to host you. I'm excited to bring you into a space and for you to leave out with more than what you came with, whether if it's getting some food, having your belly full, a little liquor on your breath, honey, some shopping, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? A picture from our amazing photo booth sponsor. I got some things coming for y'all. If y'all thought the one in May was lit, the one for Saturday is going to be Lydia. I love you guys. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be back next week. Thank you so much to my special guest, Miss Alexandria Ward. Okay. She is absolutely wonderful. She is the Miss Woman, Illinois, United States 2025, and we wish her the best of her journey for taking that crown in 2026. I will be back 2 weeks from now, and of course, we're going to have a recap. Of course, we're going to get into everything that happened over the 2 weeks, and I am just, I'm elated. And I thank y'all for tuning in with me tonight. So I'm going to get into these comments. What y'all saying? Latifah going to dance. She going to be shaking it. Okay? Period. We can't wait to see it, sis. I love y'all. Until next time. Bye.
Thank you for tuning into the Blueprint Live. I'm your girl, MzMetchi. Make sure that you're following me on all platforms at MzMetchi and at the BP Media Co. See y'all next week. Okay, bye.